Overcome the pain. 10 stretches to end contractures. Whether due to emotional stress, overexertion or tiredness, contractures are warning signs that you must attend to. These stretches are the first step in removing them. Working at the computer, you feel a discomfort between the neck and the right shoulder. With your hand you look for a point to press. You find momentary relief, but the pain persists. Hours go by and the discomfort, following a path that perhaps is familiar to you, goes up towards the neck until it reaches the posterior area of the ear. If I had gone to the masseuse last week, you tell yourself. But you had too many occupations to allow it. In the shower, the jet of hot water relaxes you. The knot of tension, however, persists. After weighing whether or not to take a pain reliever, you go to sleep hoping to get up better. Types of contractures. This description corresponds to the symptoms associated with a tension-type contracture. It happens when the muscles lose their elastic capacity and are more reminiscent of a rope than a rubber. From there the pain ensues. There are also contractures linked to overexertion or exhaustion or a lack of strength. Contracts of a tensional nature. It is usually contractions linked to emotional aspects. They express themselves in different ways and in different parts of the body. Contractures due to overstrain. In this case, the exhausted muscle does not have enough food to respond to what is being demanded. And, to protect themselves, its fibers transform into a ball. It is the famous hardened button that we find at the superficial level and that annoys when pressed. See contractures due to exhaustion or lack of strength. They can be favored by a little nutritious diet or by the physical decline associated with age. In this case it is a slow onset and chronic in nature. The kidney area is usually the first to warn that it is no longer enough. In such a limit state, any external agent, a gust of wind, a cold day, can trigger pain. An alarm signal. In all cases, the contracture constitutes an alarm signal. It is a message from the body that warns us that we are passing and that the consequences may be worse. In fact, it is convenient to understand that annoyance as a manifestation that something can happen, not as an injury in itself. For example, sometimes low back pain acts as a defense by immobilizing the vertebrae and thereby preventing sciatic nerve impingement. Many sciatica starts with this pattern, stiffness of the lumbar vertebrae. If the contracture is relieved with a massage, very sharp pain may develop in a few hours down the leg. If the cause of the contracture is sudden physical onset of physical exertion, the solution is simple: eliminate the contracture with a suitable massage. What to do when a contracture appears? As a first aid, heat is a good ally, a hot water bottle or an electric mat is enough. You can also perform some stretching of the contracted muscles. The massage, if the technique is not mastered, it is preferable to leave it for a professional. Also, assessing where we have gone or where we have been wrong will be useful to avoid repeating the error. The cause may be as simple as poor sitting posture, worn or inadequate running shoes, or pretending to play sports despite accumulated fatigue. Apart from the massage, we must review when that contracture could be born, what emotion affected us. The advice is the same if the trigger for the injury has been anger, a family misunderstanding or a labor conflict. The sharp and novel limitation of movement focuses on something that has happened recently. Mentally rigid people tend to suffer the most from these types of problems. 1. Relax your neck. Sit on the floor in a comfortable position, with your legs crossed and your arms relaxed. If the yoga lotus position is difficult for you, you can choose the half lotus position, as in the photo, or simply put both feet on the ground. If your knees rise above your hips, it is best to put a cushion under your buttocks. As you breathe out, drop your head to one side, feeling your weight. As you inhale, straighten it, and when you exhale again, drop it to the other side. Repeat this up to 5 times per side, in one continuous motion. You will relax the neck muscles. 2. Gently stretch. Rest your hands on the floor behind your back at a right angle. Drop the weight onto your arms, without bending your elbows. Feel the dorsal muscles open and breathe deeply to stretch the upper shoulder muscles. 3. Stretch the abductors. Drop your back to the ground, join your hands under your head, bring the soles of your feet into contact and feel the abductors stretch. Hold like this for 3 seconds and slowly lift your knees until they touch. Repeat it 5 times. 4. Mobilize the hip lying down, with your head resting on your hands and your entire back in contact with the ground. Bring your feet close to your hips so that your knees are in line with your ankles. The width at which the feet should be is that of the hips. Then cross one leg over the other. He drops his hip to the side of his crossed leg, feeling the rotation of his hip and how it drags his lower back in a pleasant twist, never forced. Repeat it 3 times and then change legs and do it to the opposite side. Take advantage of breathing in all movements to improve muscle oxygenation and achieve greater flexibility. 5. Make your legs more flexible lying down with the soles of the feet on the floor and the legs semi-flexed. Link your hands below one knee and gently bring it closer to the torso. Do 3 push-ups with each leg. At the end, collect both legs. Bring one knee toward the opposite shoulder. Repeat the movement 3 times with each leg. You will stretch the entire posterior base of the hip, including the gluteus medius and pyramidal, which stabilize the hip. 6. Stretch the tibial muscles on your knees, resting on your heels with the soles of your feet up and your hands resting on your legs. Feel the tibial muscles of both knees stretch. You will also gain flexibility in the ankles. Hold the pose for about 5 seconds. 7. Open the pecs lying on the floor with your legs semi-flexed and your arms resting on either side of your body. Raise your hips until you feel the entire anterior musculature of your arms, shoulders and pectorals stretching. Make sure that the knees do not open to the sides and that they are in line with the ankles. Repeat the movement 3 consecutive times, helping you to breathe. 8. Stretch your quads sitting on your heels, drop your arms back and rest your elbows on the floor, hands forward. The quadriceps muscles of both legs will stretch and gain elasticity and strength. Stay in the pose by taking 3 consecutive breaths. 9. Massage the abdomen face down, support the hands in front of the body, at the width of the shoulders. With the help of the arms, carefully raise the upper body and notice how the abdominal muscles stretch and the intestines relax. 10. Hug your knees and empty your lungs lying on one side, with the right arm extended. Flex the left leg and grasp the ankle with the left hand. Bring the ankle to touch the buttock on the same side. Repeat this up to 5 times and switch legs. Finally, in a fetal position, hug your knees. As you exhale, bring them to your chest as you bring your head to your knees, curling into a ball. You will notice how the back stretches and the lungs empty of air. This pose is ideal for ending the session. Are you enjoying the video? Give it thumbs up and share with your friends and subscribe to my channel.